Starpoint Gemini series was always about combining community-suggested ideas and our own in-house ideas. In case of current game Starpoint Gemini Warlords, that process was a little bit different because our previous game Starpoint Gemini 2 was a very successful early access title, and it was among the first titles invited to early access. We were invited by Valve to join that program, and the game was a very significant success during early access and after early access as well. So what we learned is we wanted to combine as many suggestions as we could. We wanted to implement as many suggestions as we could from the community, and it was a very fun process. It took about a year to be completed, and the number of ideas and suggestions we received from community was truly overwhelming, and many of them were huge suggestions that included creation of large features and a lot of additional content for the game, and even making the game different. After Starpoint Gemini 2 was completed, we initiated a new project called Starpoint Gemini Warlords, and that project was created completely based on community suggestions. So the base of the game, the idea how to merge different genres, was actually created by the community, and it led to the entire new game. Despite the fact that we wanted to create Warlords initially as a DLC or add-on for Starpoint Gemini 2.
The idea to have a main station, which is a central part of your empire, actually originated from the community. With this station, you'll be able to buy new ships, to improve the old ones, to conduct researches and organize most of the operations for your empire. But the most exciting thing, at least from my perspective, has to be the ability to research the Proxima.
That is a late game content that's specifically created also as a community suggested feature for conquering planets. If a planet does not wish to yield under your rule, we can use Proxima to create massive damage and conquer them by force.
I think some of the most complex challenges in Starpoint Gemini Warlords stem from the fact that combat in this game blends several characteristics that were never fully mixed in other games. You have this massive open space where potential enemies can roam freely and approach you in great numbers at any moment. We've done our best to make necessary optimizations for a seamless, non-instance entry to combat. In other words, ships which are already engaged in a particular battle will be visible from the start of it and won't be spawning in waves. To be able to navigate through these chaotic fights, we've developed a system of full 3D non-planar movement. There's no global up vector that could potentially limit the complexities of positioning or rotations in combat. To have our players immersed in the game even more, we've upgraded the graphical detail and combat complexity to an extent that is expected of third-person games. And what I mean with this is that units will be able to use their skills, items, and be affected by their personalities.
We're also developing new skill trees to upgrade playstyles other than all-out warfare. For example, miners and traders will also see improvements in these areas and will have more ways to capitalize on their specific gameplay. Pirates and outlaws, for example, will have their own special place in Gemini, just as requested by the community many times. This feature is one of my favorites due to many improvements we created with the boarding system itself.
Boarding was one of our most anticipated features in the game, and with the new boarding design, we've tried to expand upon one of our strongest traits in the game, and that is the commander's choice, or the player decision-making in the game. We wanted to provide an interface where it's up to the player to decide what to do next and have their actions bear even more weight. You're able to board enemy ships with your troops and advance through the halls as you disable various ship systems and in the end have a chance of capturing the ship.
We want players to have a ton of options to reach the end of game. The sole purpose of the game is to achieve domination in Gemini and to survive in Gemini, but we wanted to avoid players feeling like they have a single option how to reach that end. And I really believe we actually succeeded to bring the game to that stage with that diversity we were seeking.